Party General Secretary and President Tô Lâm meets President Joe Biden.
Over 2,000 Hezbollah targets hit in airstrikes, Israel, green lights, ceasefire negotiations.
Unity of ethnic groups, strength for comprehensive development.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I am Hoàng Yên and here we go, the first up of the show. Party General Secretary and Vietnamese President Tô Lâm just met President Joe Biden of the United States in New York on September 25th on the sidelines of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly.
At the meeting, praised Biden for sharing the lessons learned by the United States and Vietnam in promoting healing and building relationships after the war during the opening session of the 79th United Nations General Assembly. The General Secretary affirmed that the Vietnam-U.S. relationship is uniquely special, which has over the past 50 years transformed from former foes to comprehensive and then comprehensive strategic partners. This relationship is entering a new historical chapter and serves as a model in international relations for efforts in healing and building post-war connections. Biden, for his part, asserted that the U.S. supports a strong, independent, self-reliant, and prosperous Vietnam and will continue to promote the partnership based on mutual respect for each other's independence, sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political systems, aiming for U.S.-Vietnam relations to remain a model of healing and cooperative future building.
At the meeting of the Russian Security Council on Nuclear Deterrence, Russian President Vladimir Putin affirmed that Russia's state policy on nuclear deterrence needs to be adjusted in accordance with the current situation.
According to Putin, the political and military situation in the world is changing, new military threats and risks are emerging for Russia and its allies. President Putin emphasized that it is important to predict the situation and adjust the nuclear deterrence policy in accordance with the actual situation. Putin said that in recent times, experts from the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Security Council and other agencies have conducted in-depth and comprehensive analysis and assessed the need to adjust Russia's approach to the possibility of using nuclear forces. The decision is seen as the Kremlin's response to discussions in the US and UK about whether to allow Ukraine to use Western missiles to attack Russian territory.
Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has green-lighted discussions with U.S. officials on a temporary ceasefire between the Israel Defense Forces and the Hezbollah movement in Lebanon.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Strategic Affairs Ron Dermer are conducting discussions with Washington on this issue. Notably, Iran is also involved in related discussions. Meanwhile, U.S.-led negotiations to de-escalate the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah have made significant progress. The news of the parties negotiating to cool tensions came as Israel's large-scale air campaign, codenamed Northern Arrow, in Lebanon entered its third day. The Israel Defense Forces said that in the past 3 days, the Israeli Air Force had attacked more than 2,000 Hezbollah targets, destroying tens of thousands of missiles and eliminating hundreds of militants.
Upcoming are some updated news.
World gold price rose sharply to a record high in the trading session on September 25th amid worrying escalation of tensions in the Middle East. According to analysts, the Fed's decision to cut interest rates by 0.5% last week and its possible further 0.5 percentage point cut in November have increased the attractiveness of gold. Spot gold price increased 0.2% to $2,662 per ounce at $0.50 on September 26, after hitting a record high of $2,670.43 per ounce in the same session. According to forecasts, Gold price could increase to $2,700 per ounce in the next 1 or 2 days if the U.S. labor market continues to weaken and if the possibility of a 0.5 percentage point interest rate cut is reiterated.
Provincial People's Committee Nghệ just issued a decision on the recognition of Scores Travel Queen Doi Village in Queen Doi Commune, Queen Lu District. Accordingly, the Provincial People's Committee requested the People's Committee of Queen Lu District to take the responsibility of presiding over and coordinating with relevant agencies, organizations and individuals to manage the Queen Doi Village tourist site to protect, preserve and develop tourism resources. At the same time, create favorable and safe conditions for tourists to visit, social order and safety, environmental protection, community participation in tourism activities, favorable conditions for traffic participation of means of transporting tourists.
On the evening of September 25th, the U20 Vietnam team entered the second match of the AFC U20 Asian Cups qualifiers against the U20 Guam team. The U20 Vietnam team needed a good goal difference in the group stage, in case they finished second in the qualifiers and had to compare the secondary index with other teams to win a ticket to the final. Therefore, coach Hoa Hy Vinh sent out the strongest squad to compete with U20 Guam. In the end, the U20 Vietnam team won 3-0 over U20 Guam. After 2 matches, U20 Vietnam ranks the top of Group A, equal on points but ahead of U20 Syria in secondary index. On September 27, the U20 Vietnam team will enter the third match, against U20 Bangladesh.
Nghệ An ethnic minority and mountainous areas account for more than 83% of the province's total area. With nearly 500,000 people from 47 ethnic minorities, this area has made strong changes in recent years.
Thanks to the attention and support of the party and state, the economy of gay and ethnic minority and mountainous areas has made great development. In 2023, in ethnic minority and mountainous areas, the average added value per capita was estimated at 39 million Vietnamese dongs. This figure reflects the efforts of the entire political system in developing the economy in this area. National target programs have invested more than 428 billion Vietnamese dongs in infrastructure, contributing to upgrading 1,400 kilometers of concrete roads, connecting disadvantaged areas, improving living standards and promoting economic development.
Before, there was not enough food, but now everyone's house is spacious, children can go to school, and people's awareness is improving day by day.
Poverty reduction, vocational training and job creation are still the focus of the socio-economic development policy of ethnic minority and mountainous areas. Through vocational training and labor export support programs, the reduction in the rate of poor and near-poor households in mountainous areas in the period of 2019-2020 was 1.65% and 4.76% in the period of 2021 to 2023. Infrastructure and life in ethnic minority and mountainous areas of Nghệ An have made great strides, thanks to strong investment resources and comprehensive development policies. From 2022 to 2024, a total of 3,872 billion Vietnamese dongs has been invested in residential land, production, and the construction of 500 essential projects such as transportation, schools, and clinics.
Currently, 100% of the roads are paved to commune centers, and 107 villages have access to the national grid. Up to now, people's awareness has been expanded.
Programs, plans, projects, and policies in ethnic minority and mountainous areas in all fields have been deployed and implemented in accordance with the objectives and targets, promoting efficiency, contributing to the socio-economic development of ethnic minority areas. National defense and security have always been maintained, the political system has been increasingly consolidated and developed. The great solidarity bloc between ethnic groups has always been strengthened, creating a clear change in the ideology and awareness of cadres, party members, and people in the province in implementing ethnic work.
Well coordinating with departments, branches, the Fatherland Front and mass organizations to perform their functions, especially coordinate with the party committee, authorities, and ethnic minorities in mountainous areas to properly implement the party's policies on ethnic work, especially national target programs in the coming time.
The outstanding achievements in the fields of economy, health, education, and culture in the ethnic minority and mountainous areas of Nghệ An are the result of the tireless efforts of the entire political system and local authorities at all levels, creating a solid step forward on the path of sustainable development of this area.
The last story just ended our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.